Today's cover of the New Music Daily playlist starts now.
She really gets around town in her own Cadillac, in her mom's jeans that she cut to really show off her ass. She's got her makeup done and her high heels on. She's got her hair up to God. She's gonna get what she wants. Her nails are heartbreak red, cause she's a bad motherfucker, and all the boys wanna love her when she bets her fuck me eyes. She goes to church straight from the clubs. They say she looks just like her mama before the drugs. She just laughs and says I know. She really taught me well. She's no good at raising children, but she's good at raising hell. Her daddy keeps her in a box, but it's no good. The boys can't get enough of her and her honey fuck me eyes. Nowhere to go, she's just along for the ride. She's scared of nothing but the passenger side of some old man struck in a dark parking lot. She's just trying to feel good right now. They wanna take her out, but no one ever wants to take her home. Undefeated as Miss Holiday, and posted outside the liquor store, cause she's too young to get in. They ask her why she talks so loud, what'd she do with all that mouth? Boy, if you're not scared of Jesus, fuck around and come find out. She's got the radio and blasting with her big white smile. Pretty baby with the miles, and when she leaves, they never see her wipe and her fuck me
New Music Daily on Apple Music.
This is huge, this song. I absolutely love it. So let's talk a little bit about that beautiful symbiosis of making this and how you ended up landing on top of a mountain, which is what it sounds like on this.
Yeah, so Fuck Me Eyes, I wrote it a while ago, back before I ever left Florida for the first time, and it was like I wrote it on an acoustic guitar, and it was just this little plucky thing, and I was just kind of like, writing a song about a girl or something, and my favorite 80s pop song of all time is Betty Davis Eyes, and
Yep.
I always thought that was the most beautiful song ever growing up, and then when I became an adult, I was like, oh, she's not being nice to this girl, she's calling her a slut. So I was like, that's crazy. Yeah, Kim Carnes is ripping into this woman, and we covered it last year on tour, kind of as like a teaser almost for this song, but I don't know, I revisited it, and I didn't actually write this with the intention of going on. I was gonna put it on my EP Inbred a while back, and then scrapped it, and just kind of sat around. And one day I was out driving on like the most beautiful day, and I just put it on randomly, thinking about it, and I was like, wait, this is kind of I like this, and so kind of spruced it up, gave it some like bigger drums and some guitar, and I was like, this song can go even bigger. Like, this song needs to sound like it's busting your eardrums. And I texted my good friend Matthias, and I said, I was like, you do the craziest, most beautiful synth pop or like synth wave, kind of that like 80s nostalgia, like kind of retro, but like futuristic synth wave. And I said, I need you to do like the craziest synths on this. And so he recorded all these crazy synths for it and sent it back. And I said, oh, Jesus, this is it. And I feel like every record needs like one good big pop song just for fun.
And you did that before. You had the song, you had the observation, but then you had to perform it, and you had to reach that threshold that the music was driving you to. What was it like to get, because we know you can, but what was it like to really rise to the occasion on this?
One of the core emotions that drove this song was a mix of like awe and fascination and jealousy and whatnot. And, those are huge emotions. Yeah. And I was just thinking to myself, like, this is what it needs to sound like. It needs to just get bigger and bigger until you're kind of lost in it. And, trying to mix this thing was an absolute nightmare. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, there's so much going on. And I felt like, do I want the synths to be at the forefront or the vocals? Or
before you even work out how you guide the song and ultimately conquer the song, because every great performance on a song this big has to climb over, right? You have to get over it, right? But before you even do that, you've got to your point, all of these synths. That the thing about mixing synths and stuff is that the frequency and the EQ, unless they're speaking perfectly to each other, the whole thing can just fall apart so quickly.
Yeah, that was kind of scary, like working on it, because it was balancing. Because, writing this song on the acoustic guitar, the vocals are actually so low and not really powerful for the first half of the song. And so mixing that with this huge instrumental was a challenge. And then, I wrote that part of the song 5 years ago, and then I tacked on the second half of, the crazy, like the belting and the higher vocals, and I added that. So it's just this amalgamation of stuff from forever ago and then now, and it's just really become this nebulous track of that almost made it and then didn't make it so many times on so many projects, and then it finally landed here. And I thought to myself, like, even though I wrote this before the project it wound up on.
No, it fought its way on.
Yeah, it said this is where it was meant to be.
Yeah, for sure. It wanted to be heard. It needed to be heard. It just needed to be met, somewhere where it was. And it's a passport for you too. I think songs like this that really like kind of take you off your feet a little bit when you listen to them by the end of it, I think like, wow, you can go anywhere now. Like, you must have felt free once you'd finish this and listen back to it.
Oh, it was so, I loved the demo so much, but, when I went up to Toronto to work with my good friend, Matt Tomasi, who I did Preacher's Daughter with, and he put those huge guitars and drums on, I said, oh, good Lord, this song is taking off, and I don't know what's going to happen. And then, I asked Matthias to put the synths on it, and I just said, Jesus, this song just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And it's like, I don't really do, like songs like this too often, but it just feels amazing and right. Like it just gave me this euphoria that I said, I don't even care if it's completely different from every other song on this record. It's a moment in time.
You know, where's your spirit right now with the new record coming out, and how are you feeling about being an artist on this planet and who you are as a person?
I'm honestly excited to this record is the last kind of dying breath of an old chapter of my life. You know, this is just putting out a lot of old songs I wrote a while ago. I'm in a completely different headspace now, and this is kind of the swan song of this chapter, and I'm excited to put it out and blow it a kiss goodbye in the rear view, and then move forward and like write new stuff and like completely start from scratch with these new projects going forward. And yeah, it's just kind of all these demos I've had swirling around for a while. It's like, all right, you're all finally out and in the world now. All the ones of you that were ever gonna get life, you got it, and now it's time to grow and move on.
Was it increasingly challenging though as you kept moving forward and realizing that you had new ground to cover and your curiosity was kind of moving somewhere else, that you still had these songs you wanted to honor? Because often it's like, look, I'd love to finish you, but I'm being pulled over here right now. And yet you honored these songs, you know, you finished this record and you obviously still love them. But was there a bit of push and pull between the future and the past going on when you were making this record?
Oh yeah, when I was mixing this record, you can look into my journal every day. I was like, I fucking hate my music. I hate my music. I hate my career. I was like, I was so mad. But I was like, I'm gonna stick through it. I've tried to finish this record like 3 times. I'm gonna do it, damn it, and I'm gonna put it out. And the only way out is through. So it was like, just be done, treat it nicely as you can, put it out, and then your treat is getting to grow up.
You make another one. You get to make another one. That's the whole point. You finish one, so you get to make another one.
Exactly.
That's the trick. Yeah.
Maybe after a little break. Maybe I'll take a little break first. Maybe I'll take a deep breath and go for a walk, and then I'll start the next one. But
I feel like you've always sort of been like, I started this in order to discover something new for me. And if I'm not there discovering something new, I'm not going to give something to you. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can't pull from a dry well. Like I pulled from 22 years of my life on this earth to make Preacher's Daughter. So it's like I have to go live my life a little bit, have more experiences that have nothing to do with my career if I'm going to make another record. Or else it just becomes kind of like, what is it, like AI training AI? Everything's like fucked up. So you gotta go put real shit in if you want to get a good return. So I guess I'm off back into the real world to go get hurt and have some beautiful experiences, and then I'll be back with another crazy record.
It's great to meet you at last, and thanks for this. Fuck Me Eyes, brand new song, album coming August 8th. This is the promo stuff. The song is a fucking monster. Get out of the way. It's good to see you. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you, Zane. It was nice to meet you.
Around town in her own Cadillac, in her mom's jeans that she cut to really show off her ass. She's got her makeup done and her high heels on. She's got her hair up to God. She's gonna get what she wants. Her nails are heartbreak red, cause she's a bad motherfucker, and all the boys wanna love her when she bets her fuck me eyes. She goes to church, straight from the clubs. They say she looks just like her mama. Before the drugs, she just laughs and says, I know. She really told me well. She's no good at raising children, but she's good at raising hell. Her daddy keeps her in a box, but it's no good. The boys can't get enough of her and her honey. Fuck me eyes. She's just along for the ride. She's scared of nothing but the passenger side of some old man struck in a dark parking lot. She's just just fuck around and come find out. She's got the radio and blasting with a big white smile. Pretty baby with the miles. And when she leaves, they never see her walk.